It's officially week 8 going against the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday night. We have a defensive back breakout, so we'll see who it is. As I'm very excited to see who it is. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Tre Hawkins, as he's been, yep, it is. He's been pretty much the bright spot on the defense, even though he continues to give up big plays. I think this is for star development, though. He just needs one tackle for loss, one forced fumble, or one sack, one interception. We'll give him one interception. He's pretty much gotten, I think, one back-to-back weeks. And I think the leaders are pretty much at 3 interceptions for the league. As you guys can see there, yep, the leaders are all tied up at 3 interceptions on the year. So it's not that much. I'm pretty sure he has two, if I'm not wrong. Meaning he's like right there. He's tied for second place. Or not second place, but you get what I mean. He's tied for. Well, yeah, second place. Anyway, hey, we're going to go ahead and do the scouting national focus. We're not going to sign anybody or trade anybody yet, as it is not the trade deadline. That's next week, week 9. But I think what we'll do is check out defensive ends and outside linebackers, yeah. So we'll see which is the powerhouse truly of the draft. So Wyatt Gore is a top 5 in the class. And we pretty much all we know is his awareness. And Andrew Anthony is a top 5, but his power moves is terrible. But he is a speed rusher. So I guess you can't really blame him, but that basically means he is a one-trick pony, which is not what I want on my team. Darrell Mott is questionable with his attributes. And then everybody else is pretty much the same. Just D's at their, I guess, opposite positions. And a right defensive end, we have pretty good round 1 talent. However, we know Kareem Griggs, he has A, finesse moves, and then Kevin Gilmore has B, finesse moves, or power moves, excuse me. And it looks like those two guys, I mean, unless Matthew Arrington and Trent Arsenault have B or A in either of these, I'm going to assume finesse moves since that's their specialty. But assuming that they are not good, right defensive end is not stacked. And then outside linebacker, we have 2 pass coverage linebackers here. We do have F hit power for the number 1 left outside linebacker. So it's going to be hard choosing what I should focus. And then we have Adrian Whitney as the number 1. So I think I'm going to do defensive end, just for the sole purpose of finding those out. As linebackers, I'm pretty much just going for speed and then pass coverage, as you guys know. And that's not really going to be that hard, as I think total from left outside linebacker and right outside linebacker, there were a total of 2, or not 2, but 4, with 2 being on each side of the coin. So that's not going to be that hard to find out which one of them is good or not. Now, for the Eagles' offense, they're pretty good, as they are pretty much top 10 other than points per game. So that indicates to me that it'll be a close game once again. We're going to do a medium pass on Jalen Hurts rather than the deep ball. And then for the offense, their defense looks to be terrible, but they are middle of the pack for points per game. So I think what we're going to do is throw it medium. Actually, we're going to do blitz counter and see what the pressure's like. Because if we can find out what the pressure is like early on in the game, that lets us basically adjust accordingly, and then we can manage the clock and the plays that we end up calling. Now, upgraded players, we'll see who we have. We do have Daniel Jones, thankfully. However, I don't think I guess we'll just do general, field general. Because strong arm does not update throw power anymore. So I think as long as we can get his accuracy in the 90s for each and every bucket, I think he will be respectfully a decent QB in the deep ball. Now this Eric Brown, the right outside linebacker, we're just gonna do pass coverage as he gets 3-man, 2-zone, so not bad for him. These are gonna be the unis going into Philadelphia on Monday night. And I do want to mention that we do have Dexter Lawrence back. So that is amazing news, as hopefully he will put relentless pressure on Jalen Hurts, as Daniel Jones is having a pretty good season in terms of the turnover rate, as he only has 2 interceptions on 14 touchdowns. But here we go. Philadelphia versus New York. New York being the Giants, not the Jets or the Buffalo Bills. But here we are, ready to kick it off with, of course, your guys' favorite kicker, Blaine Boone. And we're going to kick it off just to the middle. 5-1 Giants versus the 3-4 Philadelphia Eagles. Hopefully this is not, I wouldn't call it a trap game. They're not doing that bad, but they are under 500. So not ideal, especially about halfway through the season. As Jalen Hurts comes out with his team, and he is having pretty good season as well, just like Daniel Jones. And we're going to go ahead and meet the team for the Philadelphia offense. And at QB, of course, they have Jalen Hurts with Cody Lemon as the 69 overall rookie, with Tanner McKee as the third stringer. At running back, they have Saquon Barkley, Will Shipley, and Braylon Allen. At fullback, they have Xander Horvath. At wide receiver, they have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Michael Sermons, Alex Sharp, and Johnny Wilson. At tight end, they have Caleb Smith, Henry Washington, and John Schwartz, who is a 64 overall rookie. At left tackle, they have Jordan Mailata. At left guard, they have Landon Dickerson. At center, they have Connor Williams. At right guard, they have Tyler Steen. And at right tackle, they have Broderick Jones, with kicker and punter being Jake Elliott and Jordan Stout. First play of the game for Jalen Hurts is going to be 5 wide from the 27-yard line. So not good field position, as they could have started at the 30. Going deep for it. Andrew Phillips gets a hand on it. Intended for Devontae Smith. What a turnover that would have been at the beginning of the game. One that the team would have definitely welcomed, as they go over the middle on the drag. I think intended for Saquon Barkley, but I think Michael Sermons gets in the way of it. Saquon Barkley in motion to the right. Jalen Hurts is getting pressured by Brian Burns. Jalen Hurts throws it out as he's getting sacked to Henry Washington. It's not going to be enough for the first, so they'll punt it away. Here comes out Daniel Jones with the New York offense. Theo Johnson behind him. Malik Neighbors to his right. And like you guys saw, he is having a good season so far, compared to last season, that's for sure. But the Philadelphia Eagles defense is going to be at left end. They have Jimmy Jackson. I think Josh Sweat, I guess, is not starting. When I was doing my notes before the game, Josh Sweat was starting over Jimmy Jackson, but it looks like the rookie is going to have it today. At right end, we have Jamie Moon, but it looks like Josh Sweat is taking over for him. Jamie Moon, I think, got injured in practice, but he is a 78 overall right defensive end. At defensive tackle, they have Jalen Carter, Keelan Snell, and Dre Royster, with Keelan Snell being the 78 overall rookie. So that's a pretty good rookie to start off the year. At left outside linebacker, they have Devin White with J. Lakes Hunt, Middle linebacker, they have Drew Saunders with Jeremiah Trotter Jr. and Cedric Madison, the 65 overall rookie middle linebacker. At right outside linebacker, they have Joe Tryon Shoyinka with Wayne Griffin, the 66 overall right outside linebacker rookie. And at cornerback, they have Cooper DeJean, Quinion Mitchell, Kalen Carson, D. Alford, and Jalen Jones. In free safety, they have, of course, C.J. Gardner-Johnson with Doug Bayless and Devin Fowler, the two rookies from a year ago, with Doug Bayless looking to be developing pretty well behind Gardner-Johnson. And at strong safety, they have Marty Mapu and Sidney Brown. So we have the chance to take the lead early on in the game as the Eagles punted away their first drive, as Shoyinka is going to get a hand on it, bats it down. Crowd got crazy loud after that play. So we're going to continue to pass it, see what we have in terms of the offense and defense response, as Theo Johnson catches it on the drag and brings it down to the 46, almost at half field. We're going to send Tracy on a corner route. Tracy goes up for it, but he cannot hang on. Not sure who it was in coverage. My guess, it was Marty Mapu who jots it out. We're going to put Wandale Robinson on a post with Neighbors over the middle. Has a hole and catches the ball on the slant route. Daniel Jones basically threads the needle there. Tracy on the run, or not a Tracy, he's actually Singletary. That's a surprise. As we are looking to trade Singletary, that will be next week. Hopefully it's for a cornerback, a young cornerback, but if we cannot get that, Theo Johnson fumbles the ball, but it'll be called back as he actually retains his own fumble as the Eagles defender fails to get it. But like I was saying, we are looking to trade Singletary as he's just not in the long-term plans of the team. He is in for a contract year. And secondly, or not secondly, but third, he has value right now as a superstar running back. And he kind of doesn't want to be in New York. He wants to be in Florida, in his home state. So we'll try to get him there for hopefully a player, but if not, a pick at the worst. Tracy on the run from the 26-yard line to the outside. I think that's C.J. Gardner-Johnson. It is. Brings him down. It'll be a gain of 4. Third down. McCain to the corner. McCain catches it. Possession catch is into the end zone. C.J. Gardner-Johnson brings him down, but it's not going to matter. And that'll be 6 on the board with Blaine Boone hopefully scoring the extra point, which ends up going in. And now we're up 7. First and 10 from the 25 for Hurts and the Eagles. So again, they did not have a good return, as that is a quick pass to Devontae Smith. Gets past Tre Hawkins down at the 47. Tre Hawkins is, of course, looking for that pick to, of course, bring his development up to star. And Jalen Hurts is going to be sacked. Chased down by Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau, but Kayvon Thibodeau is going to have the sack. I'm not sure if Brian Burns gets credit for half of it. Jalen Hurts. Saquon Barkley on the handoff. Doesn't gain anything, as I think Oscar Hayes is injured now on the play, but he, along with Dexter Lawrence, shut that play down from the very beginning. 3rd and 22 from the 35 of the Eagles. It's a big down to get. Jalen Hurts looking to scramble, and he completely throws it away, and we'll get the ball back. So unfortunately, Oscar Hayes has a broken thumb, so he will be out. Not sure how long he'll be out for in terms of weeks, but the undrafted rookie is going to be missing some time in his first season, unfortunately. I think. I'm not sure a broken thumb is a week-to-week injury. As Wandale on the drag, there was nothing open on that entire play, but Wandale got open at the very end of it. 3rd and 3. Daniel Jones to pass. Daniel Jones to scramble, but he gets sacked. And it's going to be Josh Sweat for the credit. And Ryan Stonehouse is up for the punt. After that 3 and out, Hurts gets the ball back, hopefully to make something of a drive as Devontae Smith is wide open up the seam. Tre Hawkins thankfully turns around and brings him down. Jesus, man, that is not a good look. As Jalen Hurts is on the scramble on the QB option, El Rubio in pursuit in front of him, fumbles the ball or forces the fumble, but Kayvon Thibodeau cannot recover it, so it goes out of bounds. The Eagles will retain possession. And now it'll be 1st and 10 from the 19. So I'm pretty sure now they're in the red zone. Devontae Smith on the end around gets a good gain of yardage for 6, making it a 2nd and 4 from the 13-yard line now. And that'll be the first quarter. 7-0 is your score. 2nd and 4 to start the second quarter. Jalen Hurts to pass. He gets sacked by Brian Burns immediately as he tries to scramble to the left of the pocket, but nothing comes from it. And now it is 3rd and 10 from the 19, so they're pretty much back where they started at first down. Jalen Hurts to throw, and Saquon Barkley catches it. He pretty much turned up the field as no one was covering him on the flat. And he gets open. Jalen Hurts makes the connection. And now they're down at the 1, looking to score. Fakes it to the fullback, but Saquon Barkley gets shut down. I'm pretty sure that's Kevin Boston. Yes, it is. Along with Oscar Hayes, Kevin Boston is another undrafted free agent rookie. Saquon Barkley up the middle. El Rubio gets struck into the ground, and Saquon is in for the score. And now extra point is pending from Jake Elliott. And Jake Elliott is good for his first PAT of the night. We're all tied up. First drive of our second quarter, however. But the Eagles managed to score, so the defense has to look at the Microsoft tablets to hopefully correct what they did wrong on the play. As we do a fake end around to Malik Neighbors, hand it off to Tracy, who gains 5. Not a bad gain. We're going to pass it to the rookie McCain. It's going to get picked off. I think that is Devin White, number 45, who's going to try and return it for a pick 6, but doesn't. Gets tackled at the 1, and that is in fact Devin White. So pretty bad pick, nasty pick by Daniel Jones. Man in motion is the tight end Washington, I think. Saquon Barkley runs it in. And now the Eagles will take the lead. And Jake Elliott is up for the PAT. And it'll be good. So now the Eagles take the lead at 14-7. Pretty bad pick from Daniel Jones. However, that is not, we're not going to shy away from throwing it, as it was going to go for Neighbors on the deep ball. But Daniel Jones gets sacked immediately. Not immediately, but he does get sacked as he's throwing it away. So we're just going to try and run it with Tracy now. Tracy to the outside. Tracy cuts it back inside. Good gain of 10 or more yards for the first down. CJ Gardner-Johnson basically has been the only one tackling for his team. He's pretty much been all over the field. We're going to pass it to Daniel Bellinger on the drag. Devin White in coverage tackles him. That is Devin White's 3rd tackle of the night. 6 minutes to go and counting in the second quarter. Tracy up the middle, gets the first. Had a pretty small hole to get through. He made a play and made it happen. 5 minutes now to go left in the first half of the game. Tracy with another run, this time for a gain of 7. I think his average is pretty much 5 per carry right now. Play action pass. Fake handoff to Singletary. Theo Johnson over the top. And Daniel Jones again with the noodle arm. Completely overthrows it. And Tracy's going to get the first to the outside. They basically, I think, ran commit, but it was up the middle, and Tracy just basically had a free lane to the outside of the entire play. As McCain is going to get it on the drag, brings it down to the 12, 3.5 minutes to go. We would like ideally to waste the clock, as Tracy's going to walk it into the end zone. Never mind, he gets stopped at the 1. So Tracy is not going to get in on that one. So 3 minutes to go. It'll be 2.5. I don't think we're going to be able to waste the clock, as we are at the 1, unless Tracy does get tackled immediately for a loss. So that is fine. We're wasting the clock anyway. And we're just going to let it run down to the 2-minute warning. We're ideally looking to run it in. Hopefully we don't get to that point of passing it, but I think it's probably going to happen. They want us to go with a pass on 2nd and goal, but I think what we're going to do is go with a run. It'll be a fake RPO. Tracy with the handoff only gets it down to the 1. That's fine. We can run the clock out now. I think pretty much to like, what, 1 minute and 12 seconds? So this is pretty much our touchdown, and this is definitely 4th down territory. Tracy jumps into the end zone over the entire O-line and D-line and scores. And now we're 1 off from tying the football game. Tracy with the athleticism gets us another score. And Blaine Boone gets us another point. And now we're all tied up. 1 minute and 12 seconds to go. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles do have all 3 of their timeouts, so of course they're looking to score as they go with a drag route to, I think, Michael Sermons. Tre Hawkins is still looking for that interception to up his depth trait from normal to star, as A.J. Brown is in motion to the left. Over the middle for Devontae Smith, connects, catches it. Kevin Zimmerman basically pile drives him to the ground. Jalen Hurts is now going 5 wide for 1st and 10. Jalen Hurts scrambling to the outside. No one behind him. Andrew Phillips thankfully is there to not allow any more yardage up the field for Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts drag route to Devontae Smith, and that'll be the 3rd and final timeout. 29 seconds now on the clock. It's 3rd and inches, so they can definitely go for this deep. Not sure if they will. And it'll be a check down to Saquon Barkley that does get the first, but the clock will be running as long as we tackle him inbounds. Oh my god, dude. Saquon Barkley could not go down, and he gets out of bounds. So now the clock stops. Jalen Hurts was going 5 wide at first, but now he will have 4 receivers. Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Jalen Hurts scrambling, throws it away. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 36 now. 16 seconds to go. 5 wide. We're going to QB contain, not injured, but pressure. Jalen Hurts throws it away. Not sure how that's not intentional grounding, but now it'll be a 3-point attempt from Jake Elliott before the half. And it's gonna be good through the middle, and now there will be 6 seconds on the clock. We'll try to score. And it's gonna end up going out of bounds, which is fine. It gives us pretty much 6 seconds to, of course, get it down the field. We'll go with bunch trail. This pretty much is either Malik Neighbors. I didn't want to say Tracy, but it looks like Tracy's going to be right going up the field. Going for McCain deep down the field. And McCain could not catch it. That'll be the first half. The score is 17-14. And what we're going to focus on from now on is, I think the deep ball. I would say the medium ball. But I think we're doing just fine. And then for Jalen Hurts, we're going to focus on the medium pass as well. Basically what we started off with in the game. Third quarter starting, McCain to return. Oh, McCain could not get away. That is fine. So now we'll start at the 26. Hopefully to respond to that late field goal score from the first half by the Eagles. Tracy only gets back to the line of scrimmage. That is fine. We'll go with a screen pass. Jimmy Jackson looked to be the one on the tackle. Tracy catches it. Daniel Jones just gets it away. Tracy will gain 6 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 4. It's definitely a well manageable 3rd down. We're going to put Neighbors on an in route pretty early. And it'll be going to Neighbors, who catches it. Possession catch. Gets tackled or hit twice after the catch, but he hangs on, thankfully. There'll be another pass. This one's to Theo down the field. Wide open, has a step. No one behind, or never mind. He gets tackled at the 5. I was going to say no one behind him, as in no one was going to catch him, but he ended up being caught. That's fine, though. We are at the 5. Going to score easily with Tracy. Tracy trucks his way in for the score. We take the lead by 3. Hopefully by 4 by Blaine Boone's leg. And it will be good. 21-17 is the score now. The Eagles pretty much lost their score in quick fashion, as we took pretty much 3 minutes off the clock. A.J. Brown did not have his head up to see where the ball was going, as it was intended for him, but hits him right in the face mask. 2nd and 10. Jalen Hurts to throw. Jalen Hurts goes for A.J. Brown again, who actually catches it this time. Tre Hawkins has been getting cooked all game, and it doesn't look like that pick needed for his development trait is going to be happening at all, as he has not been having a good game tonight. Blitzing Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts pressure. Jalen Hurts scrambles. Isaiah Simmons in pursuit. Finally brings him down at the 14. So the Eagles offense is doing pretty well right now. Our defense is not performing up to the standards that we've seen them perform, as Saquon Barkley still cannot be brought down, but finally gets brought down by El Rubio at the 9, making it 2nd and 5. Jalen Hurts a scramble. Isaiah Simmons immediately meets him at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Actually, I think, yeah, no gain. I want to say it was a loss of 1, but I don't think it was. Saquon Barkley in motion to the right. Saquon Barkley in the end zone. Jalen Hurts to scramble, and he gets the first. I don't know what Kevin Boston is doing, first of all. Second of all, the AI in Madden is so bad, man. Like, it's so frustrating. And it's a touchdown to A.J. Brown on the slant into the end zone. God, man. I don't know why EA can't program. Oh, my God. It's going to be a block by Brian Burns on the extra point. It gets picked up by a lineman. Oh, my God. Are you serious right now? Dude. Oh, my God. That lineman almost ran it in. Jesus, man. Anyways, it'll be 21-23 on the block kick from Brian Burns. But as I was saying, I don't know why EA can't program the defensive ends to, instead of running a parallel line with the QB scrambling, they just run towards the QB. I don't understand why. I understand you're probably trying to get in front of the QB with a parallel line, but that just doesn't work, because as you saw there, Jalen Hurts pretty much picked up the first and almost ran it in for the touchdown. And it's not only the defensive ends, it's also the linebackers and corners. Like, there's no awareness, as Malik Neighbors breaks 2 tackles, and then I accidentally lateral it again. Dude, I keep pressing that button. But it was on the play action pass. Neighbors gets it down to the 38. We're going to try and check it down to Theo Johnson, but Daniel Jones gets hit as he throws. Good thing we did not take a sack. We're going to send McCain up to hopefully distract the safety. I think that's, I want to say, I forgot his name. I think it's Marty Mapu. Wandale on the drag catches it, but I mean, he only gains 3. It's nothing fancy. Everything was covered again. We're going to send Trent Greenwood up the field. Jalen Hyatt is in for this drive, or not drive, but in for that that play. As he does get it, we're going to try and go for a QB sneak. I'm actually not sure if we'll get this one this time. But here we go. 4th and inches from the 47 of our side of the field. Daniel Jones gets the first. It was pretty easy. There was no one lined up on the center. So that's a mistake by the Eagles. And we're going to try to make the run game happen now. Oh my God, Tracy almost lost yardage on that play. But thankfully he gets away. He doesn't even get touched. And he gets it down to the 37. We're going to flip this play to the left. Hopefully Tracy finds something. He does to the outside. I think he gains only, I was going to say 4, but he only gained 3. That'll be the end of the third. Going into the fourth, it's 23-21. Eagles lead the game. 2nd and 7 from the 34 of the Eagles, looking to score, hopefully, to respond to that earlier touchdown. And it's going to be Theo Johnson on the drag, hangs on after the hit. I think that's Cooper DeJean, who cannot jar the ball out. 3rd and 2 from the 29 now. And we're going to run it with Tracy. Tracy on the handoff, up the middle, gets the first down. And he is brought down by, I think that's the rookie linebacker. And it is not. It is Jeremiah Trotter Jr. We're going to go up the field for Theo. Theo hangs. He does not hang on. It would have been a crazy play by him, but C.J. Gardner-Johnson makes the play happen. Theo Johnson gets it again, but this time on the drag. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 19. We're inching closer and closer to hopefully the end zone. Tracy will get it on the handoff. And Tracy will not get the first. It'll be 4th and 2. They want us to go for the 3, which will give us the lead, so that's fine. Blaine Boone on for 3 points. It's up through the middle, and now we're up by 1 point, 24-23. So barring some crazy drive, I do not think this is the last drive of the game. I think after this drive, it's pretty much the last drive of the game, which will be our drive, hopefully. As Dexter Lawrence almost tackles Barkley for a huge loss, but it'll still be a loss of 1, I think, by Bobby Okereke and Micah McFadden. As I was saying, though, this might be the second to last drive of the game, but we'll see if the Eagles can take the lead over. And I say this, you know, barring any 3 and outs by either team, as Saquon Barkley cannot come down. Bobby Okereke can't bring him down. Saquon Barkley is having a night right now on the ground. Jalen Hurts is alone in the backfield. Hopefully our defense can get back there. Jalen Hurts to scramble. Jalen Hurts scrambles up the field, gets it down to the 42 with a gain of 6. Actually, I don't think it was a gain of 6. I think it was probably a gain of 3 or something. I know it was. Okay. 2nd and 4. Jalen Hurts hands it out to Saquon Barkley. Saquon to the outside. Tre Hawkins meets him and gets him down. Tre Hawkins won the tackle battle. So I might be eating my words right now. This might be the last drive of the game. They're pretty much wasting the clock pretty well, as Bobby Okereke shuts Saquon down on that play with like loss of 1 yard. It'll be another handoff. This time it's going to be completely shut down by Bobby Okereke. Dexter Lawrence finishes off the play. Will Shipley loses a ton of yardage. It'll be 3rd and 18 now, so pretty much this is on our defense here to get off the field. 3 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Jalen Hurts to throw. Jalen Hurts gets it to A.J. Brown on the drag, but it's not going to matter. It's 4th and 8. And we'll get the ball back via punt. McCain is back to receive. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. And this will be a coffin corner punt as it gets out at the 6-yard line. All right, so pretty much this is the game right here for both teams. Tracy up the middle. Only gains 3. That's a pretty good gain for how it played out. We're going to start chewing clock. And that down will go into the 2-minute warning. 24-23 is your score. Pretty much a 1-point game. Thanks to Brian Burns on the extra point block from earlier on the touchdown. Tracy tries to go up the middle. There is absolutely no hole there as the Eagles call their first timeout. Jimmy Jackson, I think, was the player who made the play. Shrink pass to Tracy. Tracy picks up the first. And that'll force a second timeout from the Eagles. Now 1 minute and 52 to go. So pretty much, I think the game is, over, hopefully. It's Tracy. Only gains 2. Those were a tough 2 yards to get. Now, the Eagles officially have 0 timeouts. It's 1 minute and 47. So if they do get this ball back, it'll be with about, I think, 20, 30 seconds maybe. Tracy down at the 28, I think he is now over 100 yards. Just at the mark on 21 rushes on the night. So he did pretty well today. One more first down. And we're going home with a win. Tracy on the handoff gets the first. And this game is over. That is the final 24-23. I wouldn't say it was a gut-wrenching game, but it was definitely a close one. The Eagles, along with Saquon Barkley, were pretty much unstoppable, even though they only scored 23 points. And a player of the game, at least for me, is going to be Brian Burns. And we're back in the main menu after that. Amazing game, especially by Brian Burns. We're going to look at our DB breakout for Tre Hawkins, but I don't think he got anything. As I don't think we got a turnover, yeah. So, I don't even think he did anything else that would have gotten him the death trait. But Oscar Hayes will be out for 3 weeks, so not a good look for him. But he is, a decent, if anything, he's a backup. And at the worst, he's a developmental guy. So I welcome that, to be honest. And he is someone we do need to sign, but I don't think he's asking for much. But that will be the episode. We'll sim to week 9. As I really hope the trade deadline is week 9. As far as I'm aware, it's week 9 now because of the extra game. And it is. Okay, yeah. All right, so we'll see who gets traded at the trade deadline. And that'll be the episode. Like I said, 6-1 now on the year. We're going to be going against the 4-4 Washington Commanders. We are still the 2nd seed in the NFC, with New Orleans being 6-1. Tracy's the only Giant on the leaderboards, as the interceptions are still 3 all apiece. But anyway, that's odd. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.